Okay, been working on getting some of that CritCon video stuff put together, and this video is just the intro session I had with the new players, the players that really haven't played. Well, they've never played Inquisitor, and it is a gaming convention, so these people have been gaming, so they have experience with role-playing games and a little bit of some war games. So I talked to them ahead of time about videoing and doing this on the channel eventually, and they said they were good with it. So I'm gonna drop you into that. It's very noisy. It's not the greatest video quality. I did not have any separate little mics. I know from next time that I'll need to have a secondary camera and some mics, at least to catch my voice. But I'm sitting near the camera, and then the rest of the players, two of which were fill-ins because there was a pair of drops, one a couple weeks before, and one person's spouse joined in, and then another one had dropped early in the morning. They had gotten sick or something, so we had another person who was part of the event staff join in and have some fun and learn how to play Inquisitor. This first bit, I'll be going through some of my notes that I have at the gaming table. I just sort of talk about the golden rules and a rough schedule, and then I jump into these other cards that each of them have a copy of these cards. The usual stuff, just some rules about what's going on. Then there's about the turn sequence. Then there's another one about the shooting summary and the close combat summary, injury tables and how that works, and the damage table from the game, and then some reference material after that. Everybody has a set of cards for their characters, and on the back there's information to help their time. All their special skills are listed and what they can do with those skills. So I try to simplify it as much as possible for them. As I said in the foreword, there's it's kind of noisy. There's other events. This is a new gaming hall. Last year we were kind of in a 2-floor situation, and it was fairly quiet where I was. And this time it's in one big gaming hall. It's of course a concrete structure attached to the parking garage for the hotel. Right next door, the Max comes by, the Portland light rail. So I figured, I'm just gonna get this out there, and I'll throw in some notes during the video. But this is just an hour-long sort of intro to the game through these people and what I usually do. I'll probably try to do another one of these in the future and see if I can get a better recording. But this is it. It's kind of rough, but I figured people would want to see it. So here you go.
They come up to glimpses.
Just trying to close to us now. So we go there.
Oh, it's close to you?
I go to glimpses.
Because we moved to Newburgh now.
Oh, you live in Newburgh.
Oh. So I live in Hubbard.
That's right.
I work at 12th Street.
That's right.
So glimpses is my store.
What?
I go to glimpses a lot.
Oh, good.
Okay, so
I was in the
Newburgh.
Blood Bowl league,
Alright.
but not this
I
season.
play Celtic Bones occasionally. See him
I
in
have like
Frankfurt.
I know.
Who does my servo skull go with?
I believe
Shiv died and we stopped playing games.
the Eagle goes with the Navigator.
No, yeah, servo skull.
Treasure Trove. We play. I've been playing board games when I play games.
And the Eagle goes with the Navigator as well. Okay.
Wait, no, this one does go with this.
It's like a
Somebody.
private club.
Did I write it? Oh, he has a servo skull on his model.
Yeah, and then, yeah.
So it doesn't really. Yeah, kind of the same thing.
Tyler was trying to get me to go to a bunch of different places before Allison somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's where that was.
And I'm like,
Have you been to that San Diego Board Gamers Club?
I have, yeah.
Is it cool?
It's alright. It's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty chill overall.
It's just far for us now.
It's so
Yeah,
far.
it's really far.
We need to make it out there.
I didn't know you guys were in Portland, like kind of in the Portland area.
Yeah, we're closer, definitely.
All right, let's go through this
Alrighty.
stuff. You got the cards. Well, I have the Oh, that's that printout. I have that here. I have the cards here. Okay. So just for the basic printout, if you have that little sheet there.
I think I stole your mark.
I got one.
We need it.
Okay.
Or did we?
We need it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it's the mark that's on it.
Yeah, that. There you go. So just to go through that really quick. So there's learn to play. You'll know how to play the game. There'll be stuff that I've missed. There's a lot of stuff in the books that can be done. So just so you know, if you learn to play, you'll know how to play. Then it's up to you.
Yeah.
to more. And it is a storytelling narrative game. So rule of cool stuff happens. We're on the right track if we do that. Go down through the golden rules. I'm the GM. The rule of cool number 2. Dice support the story. They're not there to screw the story. Characters over stats. And collaboration, of course. And everything on the table is interactive. At 3D Roleplay, I had a different ship that I printed, and one of the players commandeered it, took off, and laid waste to the rest of the
That's awesome.
The thing you can do.
Yeah, you can take over the ship.
Don't get any funny ideas.
But I printed and made a new ship that has no weapons.
Oh, okay. You didn't want that to happen.
I learned from my mistakes.
It's like, oh no.
Oh, that's the one official piece of terrain, right, for the game?
This right
The
here.
only one they made?
The only one they made. And if the figure is heavy, it's an original figure.
Yeah.
Except for the Tau Warrior, which was a fan sculpt.
Which is still sick.
Yeah.
All right, that was collaboration. There's a rough schedule there if you have anything going on. Think about lunch is about 11:30. And we'll go as fast as we can with having fun.
Yeah.
I have a built-in break between my sessions of, I think, 2 hours. So I have a little bit of extra time. I just have to find somewhere to eat for dinner. All right. So the first card should be the usual stuff. It has the CritCon logo on it. It says House Rules. All right. So for the, it's nice that everybody has their cards out because we'll be going through the stats a little bit, so you'll be able to know what everybody does. Now, if you look on the back, this guy only has one. But if he has a special ability or a power, you'll be able to find it on the back of the card. So this guy has Furious Assault. It tells you what it is. If you played any war games or role-playing games, you should start to get a feel of what things do. So they all should have their stuff on the back. If they don't, then I screwed up somewhere. Alright, so what we'll be doing for setup in this game will be reverse initiative deployment, but we will have a roll-off based on your leader's leadership. And then you'll be picking the corner that you'll start with. And until there's a conflict, we won't need to roll any dice. You'll just be moving your full movement until there's a conflict. But for this game, I created a system of random things because Halloween.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so there's random things rolling around, like this guy, and this guy, and this guy. Oh, and these plants.
Suddenly plants. Oh, wait, I don't like that. It looks like a hand on the
Oh,
ball.
and a vortex. So until you see them, they won't be known what they are. I made a deck, and I have to shuffle yet. But that everything's in here. 2/3 of it is nothing. But then there's something.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
But you'll be at a sight distance. Hopefully, you'll have time to run, or decide to shoot it. No fail, or whatever. All right. No fighting, no dicey. Leadership matters. That's just my spiel of where you're going to start. Autonoma and servitors. Anything on the table. There's those little tractors there. Over there. There's anything on the table can be interacted with. There's a radio. The radio. There's stuff in there. There's stuff in here. If I spent time making it and painting it, it's doing something.
Okay. All right.
Well, things like the skulls and stuff, climbing over it is kind of a problem. These are dangerous. And the shard spines. These are from GW Planet Death World Forest. That's why I don't know if they support it anymore, but
Yeah, I know. Yeah. People have this thing.
yeah. All right, so that's steering terrain. So, oh yeah, the doors and the doors open. Oh no. So the doors open. Oh, these hands are really cool. This guy from, I'm not sure where he's from, makes these resin. They're not. So they're just creepy enough to be on this table.
Yeah.
Oh, they have tea.
Oh, you're saying like these roofs come off, so like if you actually, if you need to like go inside the building.
If you go in the building, the roofs will come off. They're not coming off unless somebody goes in.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you go in the building and look around, and in the building there's computers and other machinery that can be interacted with. There's a book on a pedestal. Over there is an autopsy going on.
You have a super cool group of people playing with you today, man.
Stickers.
All right. Senior train. All right. Okay. The shard rack spines. These guys here. They can hurt you. Get too close. Try to pass through them. Most of the trees are fine. These ruins will help you if you're gonna deal with psychic powers. Too much money. Your Inquisitors and Psychers.
Does everyone have a psychic?
The Tau does not, but they have they're sort of a null zone.
Yeah.
They're blunt, they can be offensive. Alright, Shardrak Spines, Eldritch Ruins, Grappleweed, which is in the deck. I move it to the deck to be a creature that's moving. And it has primal sentience, so it's a risk to do things next to do things. They want to hurt you. The planet's a death world being taken over by the edge of the warp. So there's a warp storm going on above, roiling clouds, kind of dim and dark. So that will affect things later. Let's go to the next. What's the next card?
We're not playing against each other, right?
Technically, no.
Yeah.
Technically, it's a role-playing game.
Yeah.
But some of your missions, which I haven't given you yet, I should give them to you. I can give them to you. Start thinking about it. This is the cult. This is there. This is there. This is there.
Are we not supposed to show this to people?
Well, you don't want to share it. I mean, you can if you like. I'm here to do this.
So this is my actual mission.
This is your actual mission.
Yeah,
This is why
for my team.
here.
Yeah.
If you were in a group that played regularly, you would have your own characters. You would have your own ideas. You would work with your GM about what kind of missions you guys would be doing. So you would have different tables or different setups of different ideas of what your characters are doing.
She's so hot.
Yeah.
I love her. I love her.
It all comes down to skirmish or
Kids,
missions
of
or
course,
doing
playing
things
the
within that scope of a game like that.
the old man Inquisitor. He heard old man and was like, yes.
So, if you had your own, you'd have an idea. Everybody would have an idea of what you're trying to do. So the mission for the demo game is just to sort of I think so, right? What you're doing, why you're here. Like the Tau are here first. He said, reason your mission to tell you why you're on the planet. So, if you have any questions about it later, you can go over it. And there's some victory points there. Just if we decide that we wanted to do one, we can work that out. Howdy. All right.
Oh, so does everyone have a primary and a secondary mission? Or should you complete both of them?
It's up to you. It's a role-playing game. That way, you can totally fail.
This is the goal of your Inquisitor.
You can be cool with not succeeding.
Yeah, this is the best part.
So now you know why you're here on this death world and what you're trying to do.
So we're not really supposed to share. So I can't like actually just shoot anyone else.
I just checked it and the drone only gets saturated.
Oh,
But now it's
You can decide to just go, I'm killing everybody here.
We can be allies of circumstance, or we can shoot at each other. It's up to us.
I mean, as a role-playing game, you guys run into each other and go, I think we both want out of here. We don't have to kill each other.
Some of the missions might overlap each other, or depending on what your mission is.
Or conflict.
I mean, of course, there is the factor of aliens and the Xenos, the unclean that you might not be happy with, depending on what kind of person you are.
Cool. I am just a normal guy. But normal dudes.
I am normal. I am
Praise
normal
the
man.
normal two-armed emperor.
Why are you purple? I have a skin condition. Why are you all purple? We're brothers. It's hereditary.
All right. Did I go over? Do I have this in the wrong order?
This mission thing's really cool.
I might have this in the wrong.
well, I think honestly,
Yeah, we'll go through it. All right, so the next card will be shooting summary. We'll go through that. Let's go through, since I don't have it on a card, I guess I can explain it. So everybody has, I'm going to grab, let me grab Sergeant Black. Right there. All right, so we'll go through the stats, what your stats are. So character name, of course, character name. Archetype is just what I base their character off of. All right, so WS is weapon skill. That's your hand-to-hand combat, close combat skill. Everything is 1 to 100. If it's over 100, it's super. The average human, well, a really good human, trained like a Imperial Guardsman that's been training his whole life. His skills, like a ballistic skill, might be 60 or so. And everybody else, anything over 60 is actually really good.
Yeah, my Inquisitor is 72.
Because we're trying to roll under than this, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Is it like one of those things where if you roll like significantly under, it's a
Yes.
If you roll a 1, that's the best roll in the game.
Anything over 96 is usually a failure.
Yeah.
All right, so weapon skill is a WS. Ballistic skill. So weapon skill, close combat. Ballistic skill is shooting stuff. Strength, of course, is strength. We're all familiar with that, I hope. Toughness, how tough you are. Initiative is the I. So that's at what point how quickly your brain and your deciding your actions work. WP is willpower, and you'll use that if you're casting any kind of psychic abilities or anything that affects willpower. Sagacity, or sagacity, is your mental thinking, tinkering, opening doors, unlocking stuff. Sort of like your investigative brain power. Nerve, you're getting shot at. You're going to make a pinning test against your nerve. You're like, oh no, I don't like what's going on right here. This is weirding me out. I got to get out of here. I got to save my life. Therefore, your nerve is sort of controlling that. And then leadership. All right, let's continue to go through the card. Oh, there's some derived stats. On the side, to the right side of the stats is your speed. That's how many actions you're going to get in a turn. Possible. So what you're going to do is roll that many dice, and you need a 4 or better, and that's how many actions you get. And you'll always end up with 1 at least. And so that's how many actions you get. But before you roll, you're going to back up for a second. you're gonna, so Sergeant Black is going to go up to this door and go in there. So he's gonna run up there because he's running from something. So I'm gonna state what I'm gonna do. I potentially have 3 actions. Sergeant Black potentially has 4 actions. He is going to, I'm going to explain what he's going to do. He's going to run up to the door, he's going to try to open the door, then he's going to go in. That's 3 actions, things he's going to do. Once he's inside, he'll continue running. So then I'll roll the dice for how many actions he has after I've stated what he's going to do. And he ends up with 3 successes. 1, 2, 3, he's going to run up to the door. He's going to test to open that. He's going to test to open that door against his sagacity. And if he fails, he will have to decide what he's going to do. He'll test it again. But that's where it stops until he gets to the next step. He doesn't carry on to the next thing. A risky action is he's deciding to jump over this for some dumb reason. His mouth in the floor of the planet. And if I roll more 1s and 6s, the risk thing happens. The bad thing happens. So if he's going to walk over there and I have a 1, I have no 6s. So when he gets to this, that's going to happen. The mouth's going to bite him. So if there's a risky action, if I tell you that this action's risky, firing a plasma weapon is a risky action because you can melt your armor. Anything that's a risky action, and like going through these shards is a risky action. There's some other things that are risky action, but we'll hit them when we get to them. So that's Sergeant Black and his troubles. All right, so your special abilities on the back, it should be listed what they are. If you have any questions, we'll go over them later. Psychic powers is you're going to be using your willpower to cast that. And on the back of the card, it should say a little number behind the power. No, it doesn't there. Oh, that's the psychic. That's the psychic. That's why I don't see it.
Yeah, I was looking at it.
So, Terrified, it's a difficulty 10. You're going to have to get over that, under that. It's the that's the modifier on your willpower. So your willpower is 92, and Terrified is 10, so it makes it an 82. So the higher the number, the more difficult it is, the more it lowers your willpower test.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense.
So if you have a psychic ability, that number is the modifier onto which your willpower will be rolled against. All right, psychic powers.
Facing must be important in the game too. Facing.
Yes, the facing, the little red mark in the front of your characters is the 45-degree angle at which you're shooting. You can see. So anytime you're moving, you can decide where you're facing at the end of the movement, and you just end up that way. So you'll just, I guess, that's the beast. So if he's going to be, he can be on, you can do Overwatch in this game. So he is going to be watching, he's just going to be watching this 45 degrees at that door. Anything comes out of the door, he's shooting it. So if somebody else takes an action, comes out the door, his character couldn't say, no, I'm going to shoot that. Shoot it straight, going right through it. And then they could instantly break into the turn and make that shot. Let's go next. Equipment. Most of it's fairly self-explanatory. You got a las gun, you got some armor. Grenades is a risky option to use a grenade. Gas mask medipack. The armor, if you look at, I put this little diagram on of the person here on the side. So the armor is, this guy has a helmet, so he has 5 on his head. He has a black jacket. He has 3 covering his body and his legs. So if they have armor, it will be written in. This guy has a 6. This guy has just this 1 arm guarded. He has 6 armor for there. No weapons.
So you should stand with that forward.
Well, he has that melted gun.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, actually.
Also on the damage and wounds, we'll go through the rest because equipment, we'll skip over this to the damage and wounds. So you'll see those letters, light or LH, S, A, C, next to your, over the top of your person, the sketch of where your armor and everything is.
Yeah.
This thing here. So when you take damage, let's skip over to this little table on the far right, up in the corner. Or no, actually it's right underneath the injury table on your sheets. This is an old sheet. So first one's knockback. If you take 7 points damage, you can end up being knocked back from a blow. But the big thing to worry about is that base injury value. Base injury value is 5. When you take 5 points of damage, so that base injury value, see where that is there? So if you take that amount of damage, you're gonna, depending on where you got hit, that will mark off one of the spots. So if he got hit in the head, and he takes 5 points damage, he's gonna take a light wound to his head. If he takes 5 more, it's gonna go to heavy. 5 more, it's gonna go to acute. If he's hitting the head, and then the critical. And we'll get to...
Because it's the head, you are stiff in the middle.
Yes.
Same with
The groin also stiff.
So, on one of your extra sheets, you have this damage tables. So it will tell you what the heavy
Do you
and
have to say where you're going to target? When you shoot something, you say, I'm going to target their arm or their
you can. You have to get over. You can modify it by 20% the hit. If you get over under your target value, I have to remember where, because you can aim. Where was it?
Well, you can also just shoot at it.
Yes, you can shoot at it. Yeah, you can place a shot. If the hit roll is equal or less than 1/10 of the hit number required by the player to hit, you can deduct up to 20% from the hit location. So you can modify the location. If you look at that body with the armor and all your hit points, you'll see the little numbers, 36 to 65 to hit an arm.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they're the same on both sides for the arms and the legs because it's whichever one's closest to you.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you roll a percentile to see which
you're going to roll a
area you hit.
percentile where you hit.
Yeah.
And that'll be where, and so then you'll be able to adjust it by 20%. Or 20 points, basically. Up or down.
Okay. Oh, you
To
can,
place your
adjust
shot.
it 20 points up or down.
So you can adjust the hit.
Yeah. If you rolled really well.
Yeah.
Character. Okay.
Now, if you get shot at, you have to take a nerve test. Because somebody's shooting at you. You take a nerve test and you'll dive to the nearest cover within 6 inches. And we'll go through that. You'll dive D6 to the nearest cover. So if he's out here, he's getting shot at, he's going to dive over here behind the tree to save his butt. Where were we? We were armor location. Okay, so system shock. If you take that much damage at once, you'll be stunned. And consciousness is basically out of action. You take that many wounds. So every time you get hit, go back to this really quick. Every time you get hit, you're not writing down the damage in these locations. You're marking whether or not it's light, heavy, or whatever, and that keeps going. But the number of damage you got, you're writing down in the injury total. So that's like your hit point.
Is the consciousness here how much?
Yes. Yes. So if you get consciousness in your injury total, you lose consciousness.
Okay.
There's some special abilities that will allow you to keep going to ignore that, at which point you'll drop dead afterwards. But you lose consciousness, you're not necessarily dead, but you keep track of the injury total, but you also keep track of that light, heavier, critical hit. Alright, I think I got through that. Let's see. So that will make, when we go to shooting summary make a lot more sense. Is there anything else at this point?
I don't think so.
I go fairly fast. Is it all tracking?
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, a lot more will make more sense as we start playing. But
The first couple rounds, I'm gonna tell you, you really want to do that. You could think about doing this. Well, I'm not gonna go. No.
No.
The first couple rounds will be start going slow, playing slow, talking about what your options are. You can ask me questions, give you honest answers. And everybody sort of learn through the first couple turns.
And I couldn't hear you very well. What did you say the SG stat is?
Sagacity.
Sagacity.
It's
Okay.
sagacity. I don't know how to say it.
Okay.
It's the worst word.
Yeah. I was like, what? Gibberish?
Gibberish.
What is it?
Sagacity.
What does it do though?
It's like your wisdom and intelligence. Yeah, you're gonna unlock the story. You're gonna use your mental skills.
Yeah, like your mechanical aptitude.
Yes,
like
kind of mixed with everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Technical skills. You're gonna go into a computer and use your shit. Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna hijack that Arvis. Yeah. I mean, because it's locked down, so you have to work through getting it unlocked. Same with the doors.
This is a word I've never heard.
Yeah, I never heard it until I
Is it
started
an actual
playing.
word?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an actual
The
word.
quality of being sagacious.
Let's
That doesn't help.
use it
Yeah,
with some other-
sagacity.
what does sagacious mean?
Having or showing keen mental discernment and good judgment. Shrewd.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's from the Latin sagax, which literally is wise. So it's literally, you're wise.
All right.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, so like in a
It's
normal
wisdom.
game, it'd be wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's 40K, so.
Yeah, they wanted to.
They wanted to pull some word out of made-up places. All right, so if you're good with where we are now, we'll jump into the shooting summary. So line of sight should be obvious to everybody here, I hope, because we're at a gaming convention. So you have a 45-degree arc of vision, light density of terrain. These trees are heavy density. It's a jungle. So these tree sections are heavy density, which anything over 4 yards you can't see through. Facing, of course, I told you that. Just make sure you end up where you want to be pointing. Hitting the target, you're going to make a roll equal or less to your BS minus all the modifiers. 1 to 5 always hits, 96 to 100 always misses.
Is each yard an inch?
Yes.
Okay.
So they made the game in yards. There's people that play Inc 28, Inquisitor 28 scale, and they use centimeters. Or you can use a half inch, but the math on half inch is BS, so you want to use centimeters. So they made it, it's just an arbitrary, just whatever you want that inch to be, you can take you can make your own measurements. The length of the side of this is a yard. You can just decide what it is as a group.
Okay.
But
So it's
are we just
generic.
using inches?
We are using inches.
Okay.
We are using inches, and everybody
Thank you.
has
I have my own.
Tactical tape measure.
everybody has a tape.
I'm ready.
There you go. And it's
You pull out your pocket.
Yeah.
Inches.
oh.
5.
I could have had mine.
Just stop me if you need me to stop.
No.
Okay. I'm from a big family, so
Oh, each yard on your character sheet is 1 inch.
a yard is an inch.
Yeah.
Just because they wanted to do it that way.
Yeah.
But it's nice for conversion.
Yeah.
All right, so hitting the target, we did that. Weapon accuracy. So if you look at your weapon profile for your ranged weapons, you'll have an accuracy number. And that, after every, where was it? So some weapons just aren't that accurate. A melt the gun is a -5. Just shooting it, just getting it on target is hard. So on the back of your card, I put the ranges. So on your weapon, it will say a range, and it will have a letter, and I highlighted each one of them. That's your range modifier. That's your modifier.
The further away, the harder it is to hit.
Yeah, some of them have different sweet spots. Whatever an H is has pluses.
Does that mean that when you roll, then you take that?
This will be the modifier before you find out what your target number is on your
Yeah.
So this guy with the melt-a-gun, it's a J. Anything outside of 10 inches is a -10, and he just keeps climbing on his roll. And his ballistic skill, he's just a grunt. His ballistic skill is only 30.
And this means 1 to 5 inches away, or 0 to 5.
So he's gonna be shooting it, but he's not gonna be hitting.
Yeah, for the G-Stealer cult, that guy's your really good guy. This guy is kind of good. These guys are just grunts. But the ability on your mission gives you a chance.
This is more of my grunt guy,
That's
right?
what I was seeing. That's what I was seeing.
If you took control of that, but it's finding him, so they're not, the cultists are kind of like, we got to stay out of trouble until we get our power.
Gotta sneak around.
Yeah, so that's your ranged weapons should be listed there. And
Question.
yeah,
Because multiple of the Tau ones have just no accuracy listed.
the what?
The Tau ones just have like no accuracy listed. What is that?
Yeah, there's no modifier.
No modifier?
No modifier.
Okay.
They've got really good weapons.
There we go.
Yeah, the melted gun's really kind of hard to shoot. There's a couple other weapons that are kind of like, oh, I don't know. But pistols are usually not that great for aiming.
Oh, nice.
Got it?
Yeah.
All right. So the rest of the shooting summary just goes over everything that we're going to do about the modifiers. So the range, whether or not you moved or your target moved. If your target ran last time, because your target can make one of his actions to evade, and he's doing serpentine, trying not to get shot. And where was it? Oh, that's why. What did I do? How did I skip over the turn sequence? Everybody have that turn sequence?
Yeah.
Nobody said it. Right.
Turn sequence? Yeah.
Yeah, I totally missed it. That's the one we were supposed to hit earlier. So the actions, if there's anything on here, I'll just go through the titles and then. So the actions, these are the actions you can declare. You're going to make the action roll. You can make an action to pause for breath. Some characters have a special skill to automatically give them a pause for breath. But pause for breath allows you to, if you roll 4 successes on your actions, you can just say, I'm going to run up to that door and open it, and then I'm going to pause for breath on that 3rd action. The 4th action, I'm going to hold and decide what to do after.
Okay.
So if I made all successes, he'd open the door, and then he would decide I'm going to go in or go out, what he's going to do. And so you can, anytime, make a pause for breath. You can decide to change your action after the fact. Like maybe your target is dead now and you don't have anything else to do with the actions that you stated you wanted to do. You can change that action. You're going to make I think it's a willpower test. I'll have to look. But you're going to have to take an automatic pause for breath. If you have any more actions, then
you have to declare all your actions before you start taking it?
Before you roll.
Before you roll your dice to see how many actions you get? Oh.
You're going to decide what you're going to do. And you don't have to say, I'm going to run. You can say, I'm going to run over there. Then we'll measure and see how many actions it took to run.
Okay.
And that's where because I didn't go through this part of the table, the movement down below will tell you the movement rate. So crawling is 2 yards, walking is 4 yards, evading is 5 yards. Evading is going to give you a bonus from getting shot at. It's going to make it harder for your opponent to shoot you. Running and sprinting. Now, if you were sprinting or running across dangerous ground, it becomes a risky action. If you're running across a parking lot that has divots in it, it's going to be a risky action because you're going to trip. I would trip. Jumping is a risky action. It gives you the rundown of how far you can jump. Dragging, if you're dragging a prone person, you can drag somebody with multiple people and it will take place at each one of your actions of those different people. But it's really hard to drag somebody. Declaring stance, risky terrain. If you read through that, difficult ground. On this table, difficult ground is probably the skull piles, the cliff, little drop-offs off these cliff faces, the green glowing ponds are difficult. If there's any, the river is the toxic stream would be difficult. Let's see, steep slopes, of course, would be the steps that are over the knee high, not the little ones, but the ones that are kind of knee high or higher to the characters. That's your obstacles. Pinned, if you're pinned. Oh, if you're climbing and you get pinned because somebody shot at you, you can be knocked back and you could end up falling. Take falling damage. Water, which is that stream over there, it's a risky action because you could flounder and drown. Combining actions, you're going to be reducing, so if you're trying to walk and shoot, you're going to reduce your chance to hit by 2% per yard. If you're going to run across an area and you're going to shoot at somebody while you're running across, it's -2 per yard that you ran.
Makes sense.
Arc of Facings at the bottom of that. So that's what I missed earlier. Any questions? All right.
I'm going to run and throw my headphones with the rest of my stuff so I don't have to carry them anymore.
Okay. I'm going to take a bite of a cookie. Where are we at on schedule? It's 10 o'clock. Oh, we're right on schedule. 10:30, we'll start going over the scenario. Okay, good. Got 15 minutes to jam through. All right, so any other questions on anything that's going on that page? No? Good. Sorry if I go too fast. I'm from a big family. I'm one of the youngest. I talk fast to get my word in edgewise. All right, shooting. So now we'll get to the shooting summary. So line of sight, of course, you're going to have to line of sight. We got into the density of the terrain. So the real worry here is just mostly the trees. The shard racks are pretty thin. They would be light. And they'd have to be 8 yards deep. So if you're trying to shoot down this shard rack, it's going to be blocking line of sight. But if you're shooting through it, it's just a modifier. Or you can just see through it. Yeah, you can just see through it that way, but that way you can't. Same with. All right. Okay, hitting the target, of course, is the BS. We just went through that. Weapon accuracy, range. We did that. Movement, whether or not you moved or your target moved. And there's a whole list of if he crawled, because you could crawl and then shoot, like if you're trying to stay low. It's all there. Negative 20% penalty if your target evaded. They knew they were going to get shot at, and they're doing serpentine pattern, trying not to get hit. You can still hit them. You just can make it harder. All right, let's skip to the aiming. You can take an action to aim. So like when I had Sergeant Black up here on this little stand, and he had a target over here, he has 4 actions and I rolled 3 successes. I could have spent so before I make my roll, I could say he's gonna aim. He's gonna spend a full action aiming, and then his section action he's gonna shoot. So the aiming is gonna give him a plus 20% to hit, and you can hold that. You can make it a 40 if you aim twice.
2 actions.
2 actions, and you can hold that as long as nobody screws with you. Because you can aim and then go into overwatch.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So as long as nobody screws with you. Oh, and if he rests his weapon. So if he decides to rest his weapon on this wall, he gets another 10%. And then it's the target size, whether or not the thing is really big, human size or half the human size. Like you're trying to shoot that eagle, it's kind of hard to shoot that eagle or a servo skull.
Leave my boy alone. Leave my boy alone. Don't kill your dog.
Semi-automatic. Now you'll see that some of your weapons have two numbers. They'll say single and semi in the mode. So you can decide to shoot something semi-automatic. So this guy has the pump action shotgun and he can shoot 2 or 3 shots semi-auto. So the first shot is your normal BS with your modifiers. The second shot of the semi-auto is minus 10%. Minus 10% for the third shot on top of that, so it's minus 20%. So every extra shot in your semi is a harder chance to hit. Minus 10, minus 10, minus 10. And you could use a semi-automatic or a fully automatic weapon to spray a crowd if you want. As long as they're 5 yards in between or less, you can sort of we'll go through it if it happens. Yes. We'll go through it if it happens. All right, so that is semi-automatic firing offhand. So you'll notice that on your little drawing of your person, I've made you either right or left-handed. Some of you are ambidextrous, have both hands. The squad is ambidextrous.
Yeah, he's got 2 hands, or he's got both.
Yes.
And my assassin.
Yes, and your assassin. So if you're using your offhand, it's minus 20%. So if you're shooting in, got hurt, and you're using your offhand, it's minus 20%. Weapons weight is higher than the character's strength. So if somebody drops a weapon and you decide to use the weapon, and your strength is really weak, it's a minus 1% per weight difference.
That's
So
awesome.
we could steal weapons.
I was going to give this guy a multi-melta because it has 2 openings there, but you have to use a multi-melta with 2 hands.
Yeah, he's like, fuck, this is heavy.
Yeah, so he was already molded with this stabby. So Albert. So I made it a regular melta. All right, weapons weight, place shots. You can decide to place the shot, add or deduct up 20% of the location. We went over that, I think. Aiming. All right. What are we doing before I'm there for a crowd?
Yes.
We haven't started
yet. I'm ready for you. I'm going.
I love you all, but I gotta root for the
I have a cyber eagle.
Cyber Eagle.
Well, then, I mean, Kit corrupted, and then it would
What the hell?
join the
It'll be better.
No. I will not. It's goopy over there.
All right. Pinning, I think we talked about pinning. Or did we? Did we talk about pinning? I think so.
Yeah.
Be it shot at. See a shot if you take a nerve test, you pin. If the shot failed to hit the character, add 20% to the nerve test. So if you're getting shot at, but it's not really hitting you, you get an extra chance not to be pinned.
Okay.
If you get pinned, you're going to dive D6 to the nearest cover or go prone or whatever makes sense for the story.
Oh, so it's not like someone's pinning you down, it's just with
You're being
shots.
shot at.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh. You hear that snap of fire? Yeah. Like, that guy just shoot a plasma pistol at me?
It's like, what? Ayo.
All right, and then there's a little chart with all the modifiers of the different kinds of things for hit summaries. I don't think I need to read through the whole thing, but if you have any questions, let me know. Close combat is a different beast entirely. So in close combat, you don't need to nominate your actions. You're just going to roll to see how many actions you get. So in close combat, you have to basically charge into combat. It doesn't matter if you're running 3 inches or 5 inches, you're charging into combat, getting within 1 inch. Unless you have a long range reach weapon. If you look at your close combat weapons, it'll say reach. That's how many inches you can be away from the target. So you can stand out there with the longer reaching weapons and stay away from it.
Like,
Yeah.
This guy.
Now, you're considered to be within hand-to-hand combat within 3 inches. As long as you stay within 3 inches, you're in hand-to-hand combat. Now, this is where it gets weird on actions. You're going to roll for your actions, but then you don't have to nominate them ahead of time. And I made a list of what your actions could be there. So you can just attack, just swing at the person. You can circle them, so you're going to move 2 inches to one side or the other. You can advance, you're going to step into attack. Say you're outside of your zone, but you're within 2 inches, you can step into attack. You can fire a pistol, but you have to be at arm's length, which is at least 2 yards away. And you can break off. You have to make an initiative test to break off, and you have to already be at arm's length, which is 2. And you can decide to break off. Now your opponent can decide to let you, and you don't have to roll. But if he decides, no, I'm keeping him in hand-to-hand combat, so you have to make that initiative test to try to break away. If you don't break off, you're still fighting him. Let me see, where was it? If he passes, make one run out of action out of combat. If he rolls more than double initiative, he gets a free action. Okay, that's right there. So, oh, and you have to run away from your target. You can't run past them when you try to break off, unless it's your only place to go. So he's stuck in this alcove, and to get out of him, he can run past him. But if he's on this side of him, he can't just run past him and go into the building. Situational. All right, those are theirs. Okay, so facing and positioning, of course. So one thing also to remember in hand-to-hand combat is, because it's like a dance. So if you spend an action getting to the side of this guy, for him to turn and try to parry that, it's a -20 for him. It makes it harder for him to parry if you get around it. The parrying person has a 90-degree on it. Everybody else, everything else, you have a 45-degree on. Let's see here. Oh, you get a free attack. You get a +10% when you charge into combat. Facing, positioning, multiple combats. We'll have to deal with that if it happens. I don't know what triple those came. The official dice are these dice.
Oh.
But
That's cool.
I got these somewhere online.
Yeah.
For some 40K faction or Kill Team faction. I'm not sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
Pairing of dice.
All right, positioning. It's all there. We'll go through it. We get to hand-to-hand somewhere. We'll go through it slow.
Yeah.
Okay. Weapon reach. We talked about positioning. 2 hands or off hands. Again, -20% if you're shooting, if you're fighting with offhands. -20% if you're fighting with 2 weapons, unless you're skilled at it, like the assassin. With Blade Master, I believe she has. All right, critical hits are the 1/10 of the roll that you're required to make. So if you had a 40% chance to hit, well, actually that wouldn't work because. Well, no, if you rolled a 4 under, it would still be critical, so it's double damage. Parrying. Now, in hand-to-hand combat, you can parry, but every time you parry in that turn, it's a minus, you divide your weapon skill in half. So the first time that this guy takes a swing and you parry it, you're going to make your weapon skill at the skill. The second time that you have to parry that guy this action, because he swings at you again, it's half. Third time, it's half of that. So, third time it's 25. Second time it's 25. Third time it's 12. So it gets harder and harder. If you're fighting somebody really skilled and they're taking a lot of swings at you, you're going to have a hard time parrying over time. Reach matters. Positioning, side and rear attacks. You can always turn to face, but you're going to have a negative chance to parry. So if somebody comes up behind you, you can always turn around and try to parry them, but you're going to have a really hard time with -40. Offhand, same as shooting. If you have the dodge skill, you can dodge in hand-to-hand as long as you're 2 inches away. So you're like, nope, you missed me. Some people have dodge. I think the assassin does. I'm not sure who else has it. Parrying with 2 weapons. You're going to sort of keep track on each weapon hand. counterattacks, if you parry, oh, there's a little box there. Oh well. If you parry minus your weapon modifier, you make a counterattack. You roll equal or less than your score needs to be to parry minus his weapon's parry modifier. Okay. So this guy has a parry modifier of negative 15% on his halberd. If he gets under his parry roll minus that parry penalty, he can make a counterattack. Instantly, boom, get back. Ending combat, you have to decide to end it and get out of combat, and that was that process of running away, getting away. Otherwise, it's still going on. You can still use improvised weapons, anything like that. Where are we? We're at 10:32. We got through close combat. Good. Any questions? We'll go through it first 2 turns for sure. The next sheet we have is the injury and recovery table. We sort of went over that, but it talks about all your locations, and when we do the damage rolls, if you have force fields or any kind of armor, weapon location. At the end of the turn, I gave everybody an end of turn card. If you get something that causes bleeding, at the end of the turn, you're going to see if you're still bleeding and how much damage you took from being bled, whether or not you're conscious. What else is here that we need to worry about? System shock, stunned. Still defend yourself when you're stunned. Recovery, also at the end of the turn, you can make a recovery roll and how much damage you're going to recover to your total injury value. It doesn't change your location damage, but your overall vigor gets better. Then your armor values and what you're hiding behind, like you're hiding behind a wall or you have your armor. Any questions on that page? Fairly self-explanatory.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
All right. I won't worry about it. Okay, good. We went over the damage tables, shooting, and the last sheet that you have should be this reference sheet, which references everything.
Yeah.
All of it. I try to make sure everybody has this, so I expect during playing and it's not your turn, you might be going, I'm gonna do this. But think about that. Psychic powers, it's gonna be a willpower roll. When you decide to do it, it takes an action. All right, so according to my calendar, we were entering into scenario and terrain and missions. Okay, so I gave everybody missions, and there's a couple things.
Okay, so we're most of the way through that video, getting into setup for this particular game, which I'll run through the rest of this video. We'll sort of go through the setup, just the start of it, and then I'll try to cut that out and put it into the other side of the video for the battle, the actual game, which will take a lot longer to edit. Couple things I got wrong back there. Let me see. Arm's length is 3 inches. I know there's the dodge isn't really the dodge skill. It's the wording in the book talks about dodge, and then there's a dodge special skill, which is not the same in hand-to-hand or close combat. So I'll be talking about that in close combat when I do that video. That's the next one I'm kind of working on. But just so you know, this is what I did at the con, and they're, like I said at the start, to all the players, I might get some things wrong, and you'll need to look at the book and check it out, and hopefully I correct them on the how-to play videos that I've been doing. But that's that. We'll jump into the next couple bits of this video, and then I'm just going to sort of cut it off because it gets into kind of the setup in the first round of the next game. Or the actual game, not the next game, the actual game. The intro rule stuff is done.
I added, so the scenario is, of course, this is a death world. I'm just standing, I gotta stretch my legs.
The only 2 entrances in here are this and that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So
not that I want to do anything with it.
There is.
Just curious, is all.
I believe it's kind of like in Infinity. If you play, I played Infinity a little bit, but the table should have options. The table's not balanced.
Oh yeah.
At all. It's a role-playing game. but the table's not balanced at all. There's advantages to starting in different places, which will make your leadership role and decision making, depending on your mission, matter. Your mission will have a primary and a secondary, but this is a Xeno lab on a death world that's on the fringes of a warp storm. The warp storm's flaring up, so the skies are broiling. There'll be a minus 10% after a foot of distance because of sort of a haze in the air.
Oh, okay, nice.
So there'll be a minus 10% on all shots or sight. And there's a slight rumble in the air, so you'll make an awareness check that you can hear things. You can decide you can hear things. So if somebody's running over there on that platform, there's a chance you could hear it over here.
Oh, okay.
Now, I tried to give everybody an auspex. One of their characters has some kind of sensor. So on this table, I made some of my own special rules for Halloween. And this is my fourth time doing a demo day, like 10th time doing a game. But I decided for this Halloween, I made these Obscurum cards. And on the table, there's these little markers that those are pings on your auspex.
Oh, we can go investigate.
Yes. Those are pings that will move randomly, and they are something or nothing at all.
Yeah.
So that's just to add something to the game.
Yeah.
And I'm going to double check this and make sure I've shuffled it right. And so the mission's a death world. There's things to loot here. This is a lab that has lost contact. Depending on your mission, you might have crashed on this planet. You saw this harvest. You're like, that's my way out. Or you're here for another reason. That's the basic gist of the mission.
How do we deploy our dudes?
You'll be deploying from the corner.
Each group, so like this will be my corner.
You'll pick a corner. After we roll off, we're going to roll off for your leadership. I'm just making sure I'm on schedule here. So this is okay. And the team set up. So yeah, we're going to go through that very right next. I should have that leadership.
Okay, well, that was it. There was a couple more session stuff in that video that I just clipped out, and I will put into the start of the actual play of the game part of it. And hopefully that wraps it all up in a nutshell. There's probably some stuff we skipped ahead on and got mixed up, but it all worked out. The players we sort of play through, and you learn by playing. As far as I really like to kind of do it that way. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and I look forward to doing some more of these videos for you.